So, it's your first Hacker Summer Camp, and you're trying to get ready and don't know how. Well, we're going to help you on this glass of OJ. Welcome back to another glass of OJ. Oh man, it is so fantastic to have you. I just had you on a video, the video before last.
Yeah.
We did a fantastic little thing. And now we're doing another fantastic thing because, of course, we have been spending the last several or maybe few weeks planning for Hacker Summer Camp.
I love Hacker Summer Camp.
And how long? Well, first of all, I guess we should talk about what it is, because some people, when I talk to people about summer camp, even people who are in InfoSec, are like, what the heck's Hacker Summer Camp? And so what is Hacker Summer Camp? Maybe it's more like, what's Hacker Summer Camp to you, but like, what is Hacker Summer Camp?
Okay, so to me, Hacker Summer Camp it's based on the DEF CON and Black Hat week, right? So the Sunday before Black Hat to the Sunday of DEF CON is Hacker Summer Camp. And there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. That's pretty much it for me, right? It all definitely starts with the idea of DEF CON's happening this weekend. And now there's everything leading up to it that kind of piles on to that event. That's all Hacker Summer Camp.
Yes.
And even just DEF CON by itself, when it, for a while was just known as Hacker Summer Camp because it's summer, it's in Vegas, and there's a lot of fun stuff to do.
And you sleep over like you're 12 at camp.
Or you don't sleep over.
We'll get to that. You have to. We'll get to that, though.
Or you don't, because it's Vegas, and who sleeps in Vegas?
There's a rule, OJ.
There is. We'll talk about it. But specifically when we talk about Hacker Summer Camp, and there's been a lot of different conferences, events that have come and gone. There was things like Cocktail Con at one point. There was QueerCon actually had its own conference. The DC Furs had their own conference at one point. We have a lot of interesting events and conferences that have just kind of come and gone and pop up and continue to pop up. But there's now, I think, in Vegas this year, I think the ones I'm aware of are the Diana Initiative, B-Sides Las Vegas, SquadCon, which used to be the Girls Code Village at DEF CON, but then they kind of didn't get renewed last year, and they started their own con and said, screw it, we're our own con, which, when you really think about it, each village at DEF CON is almost its own con.
Yeah, it is.
They have CTF, they have workshops, they have talks, they have everything. So there's SquadCon, there's Black Hat, which is your more corporate event, and then there's DEF CON.
Yep.
Yeah. So which ones are we going to?
We are going to the Diana Initiative, B-Sides Las Vegas, and DEF CON.
That's right, because no one's paid for me to go to Black Hat. No one ever has.
You want to hear a lame story?
Oh, I want to hear a lame story.
Okay, so it was my first time going to Black Hat, and I got a scholarship to go, right? I was a student at the time in grad school.
Aww.
And I was so excited that my friend and I were the first people in line to get the badge.
Wow.
Yeah. And you know what?
How long were you in line for, though?
Only like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
But yeah, it was kind of lame of me because it was VendorCon and I just got a lot of free stuff.
Yeah. It's, what is the phrase now that RSA is like, well, to me, RSA is the new Comic-Con. It's kind of silly. You don't really take it seriously. It's just, nah. And then really all it is nowadays is vendors just selling their stuff rather than a true community event. So Black Hat's the new RSA.
Yeah.
Which means it's honestly less relevant to our community.
Ouch.
DEF CON is kind of the new... Sorry. DEF CON's the new Black Hat. Black Hat used to be this badass conference you'd go to. And it was a little more professional and everything, but it was very workshop based.
Yeah.
Right? It was very training based. And it still is to this day. I will say it does maintain good workshops. And then, of course, besides Las Vegas, the new DEF CON.
Yeah.
And then a lot of other conferences throughout the nation and world kind of consider themselves the new B-Sides Las Vegas, right? Yeah. So everyone kind of upgrades in that experience in that way. And then, of course, what's Diana Initiative and SquadCon? Are they the new something or other? I think they're
I
their
think
own
they're
thing.
unique. Yeah, I think they're unique.
They serve very specific audiences, or at least, I won't say they serve specific audiences, but they champion and highlight specific audiences and welcome everybody to celebrate them.
You know, I was fine with you saying it caters to a certain audience because, like, it does.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that's not a bad thing.
Mm-mm.
Like, people need to get over that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how many times have you looked at any conference, but DEF CON or besides Las Vegas, or any conference and seen like, yeah, mostly white dudes who are getting up and speaking.
There are more and more gender nonconforming and women peoples doing it.
There are so many years of progress that have been made since I've been going to Hacker Summer Camp.
I don't want to fangirl or anything, so I'm not going to say who it is, but I really liked this one talk last year. It was given by a woman and a man, and the woman had red bottoms on.
Mm-hmm. What's a red bottom? Just like
shoes.
red pants?
No,
red shoes. Okay. I don't know
like
what red
the very, oh my God.
I don't know what red bottoms are.
Okay, never mind.
What are they?
What? No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
They're Louis Vuittons.
Oh,
no,
Louis
no,
Vuittons.
No, that's the bag company. Hold on. I'm getting them confused.
Choose? Jimmy Choose?
No. They're not going to care about these shoes. Hold on. Yeah, Christian Louis Vuitton.
Okay. Yeah, it's Louis Vuittons. Okay.
No. Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. Okay.
Yeah, like
not Louis Vuitton.
No,
Louis
like
Vuitton.
Loub.
I've seen that one. Yeah, Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not good at saying words. Anyway, I really admired her because she was like unapologetically like a woman.
Nice.
So that was cool.
Nice. Absolutely.
Well, I don't want to assume their gender actually.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't actually know if they're a woman or not.
Okay.
They're very femme.
Fair enough.
They're femme.
Femme presenting.
Femme presenting, yes.
And that's the thing, is a lot of things have gotten better. And I think because of things like Diana Initiative and Girls Code Village and a lot of these other places, even, other types of, not men in information security conferences or events have really helped include more people who then, apply to DEF CON, who become staff at these different conferences and who then approve those people. And it's overall been a good thing. And so it's not having one over the other. It's when you go to Hacker Summer Camp, you do get to have it all, I think.
I think you can. If you do it right. Yeah. And
we're going to talk about how we're doing it.
You should listen so you do it right.
That's right. And so, okay, so it's a whole week, or at least you can spend a whole week.
You can.
And you could do Hacker Summer Camp without DEF CON. I've done it before. You can do Hacker Summer Camp and just do DEF CON. I've done that before. It's my first time.
You do LobbyCon.
You can do Hacker Summer Camp without doing any of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There are people who do come to Hacker Summer Camp and all they do is hang out at Frankie's Tiki Bar. They hang out at a cigar bar. They play slots. They just hang out in lobbies.
Yeah.
And hold court.
Oh, what's hold court?
Oh, we'll talk about holding court when we get to our schedule. Okay. But I love holding court.
You know what I love? I can't wait to show our gear. So.
Oh my God, yeah, we have so much gear here. So here's what we're gonna do with Hacker Summer Camp here. We are gonna talk to you about how to prepare for going to Hacker Summer Camp. What else are we gonna do?
What you should bring.
Yep.
And not just tech.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe what you shouldn't bring.
Don't. They're gonna be mad about the first thing.
Yeah. What we're bringing.
Yep.
What you should do while you're at the conferences. Especially what our plans are.
Yeah.
And then how do you navigate DEF CON? Because that's going to be the challenge. The other conferences are pretty straightforward. DEF CON is going to be a challenge, especially this year to navigate.
Yeah.
Because of where it's at. And
it's new. It's big.
It's big. It's so big. Yeah. Like I said, it's about 20 to 30,000 hackers. It's Disney World. I told someone actually earlier this week, DEF CON is basically Hacker Disney World for one weekend. It's 30,000 people go to one spot, wait in line. Oh my God, it is. We wait in line for just a spot to go do this one thing for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we get off the roller coaster and we go drink.
Do it all over again. Yeah, but you don't have to.
Drink meaning water, soda, anything.
Okay. I just want to support all the hackers
yes.
who are being sober, and yeah, I support them.
And there's actually, we can talk about that when we get to parties, but there's alternatives to drinking and everything at parties. And I will say that the parties at these events have become less alcohol forward, and glorification, and you're missing out if you're not getting drunk, drinking games and stuff like that. There's less drinking games than there used to be, which is really good step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So
There's still some.
Yeah.
By some uncouth people.
Yeah. So how do you prepare for summer camp? So what's kind of our advice to people?
Okay.
So how do you prepare for summer camp?
So it's funny that we call it summer camp, because as a kid growing up, I went to summer camp every summer.
Oh yeah.
And I keep that same like YMCA and like overnight camps and day camps and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the names, but anyway, I kind of have that mindset. I pack like I'm going to summer camp, right? So you have to think about more than just like your activity. You need to think about what clothes you're going to bring, things for the sun, things for the heat. So like sunscreen, water bottle, sunglasses, hat, good shoes. You'll be doing a lot of walking. If you have hair like mine, extra conditioner is needed.
Especially like a spray leave-in conditioner, right? Yeah.
I have a feeling some people are going to think these comments are dumb, but it's actually like real. Like you got to be comfortable. If you don't want to be like self-conscious, you don't want to be sunburnt. You don't want to be like dehydrated.
Right. That's probably the biggest thing, honestly, for me in Vegas. So Vegas in August, just like in most places in North America, is like the hottest part of the year. End of July, early August, it is the hottest part of the year. Even right now while we're recording, it is terrible here, 90 degrees. It's 77 now outside since the sun's gone down. But we're giving hints as to when we're recording. But it's and what temperature it was. Ooh, now we know where they're at. Use OSCENT. We've given too much away.
Our OPSEC is so poor.
You know that guy on TikTok who's like, oh, so there was this sound in the background, and that's a bird, and that's only found in Eastern Europe, and blah, 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 and this and that. And, they're in London, and particularly this and that, the amount of cars that was driving by on their street indicates that it was this, and there was this during time. Oh, they live here. It's like, the hell? Anyway. Sorry, sidebar.
I think this is going to be a lot of sidebars.
Yeah. The most important thing is to drink water. So in a lot of places, especially like the Midwest, South, very humid. So even if you go around and don't drink water, you kind of maintain your hydration a lot more. Vegas is going to be probably 114 degrees, but it's a dry heat. And people groan when I say it's a dry heat, but oh my gosh, I would so much rather walk out. When I walk out of the airport at like noon-ish, usually when I arrive, and it's 114 degrees and that heat hits me, it just feels like a convection oven. So
2 things about that. 1, I actually love that only because I remember my first DEF CON, walking out of the airport and to the rideshare area. And it was just like a wall. It was like, I clapped. It was just like a wall of like heat. All of a sudden, the temperature changed.
Yeah.
And then now when I feel that, I feel DEF CON. So like I actually have like a feeling.
It feels like you're arrived. It's
right.
Like, oh my gosh. And there's a smell at, it's
there
not
is.
McCarran. Now it's Harry Reid.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Hold on. Wait. There's one more thing.
Oh.
You will dehydrate, like
Yes.
the SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob was in Sandy's bubble and didn't want to admit he needed water. Do not be that guy.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
Yeah.
I have to talk about SpongeBob.
So, but I would much rather walk out of the airport and hit that convection oven than walk out in 92-degree weather here in the Midwest and be hit by like everything squishing you from the extra pressure and just, you feel like you're swimming the entire time. It is awful. And a lot of times you just get sweaty in ways that you don't want to be sweaty. And it's disgusting. Whereas in Vegas, I don't have that so much. Everything just feels dry, but water, 100%. So when you're packing your bag for Vegas, bring a reusable water bottle. Bring a water bottle. There's plenty of places to get water in Vegas.
But it's like $9 a bottle.
No, I meant like fountains. There's
Yeah.
lots of
Okay,
like drinking
okay.
fountains and places you can get water.
I thought you meant like vending machines.
No.
And restaurants.
I just meant, and then you can also, if you're at a restaurant or whatever, say, "Hey, I'd like some water." Pull out your water bottle, pour in.
Just ask for it to go.
Yeah, or ask for it to go or something, and just pour some water in there, and then while you're drinking and everything, you're having your burger, your fish and chips or whatever. You've got a water bottle, and that's. I don't want to say that's a life hack or whatever, but I think it would be awkward to ask a waiter or someone or server to say like, "Hey, or fill my water bottle up."
I think they can't do that.
I think they can't do that. So if you
Yeah.
just ask for a glass of water with your burger or whatever, you can just pour in, and you could also get a refill.
Something like save serve or something makes me feel
Yeah.
like you can't. Okay, so I kind of mentioned shoes because of walking.
Yes.
You're gonna do a lot of walking, even if you take the loop, taxis, Lyft, all that jazz. You're gonna be. These buildings are big,
They are.
so
When you arrive at a hotel, because
Yeah.
you're going to be going to a lot of hotels. If you're on the strip, if you're not, if you're going someplace else and you just walk into a storefront and you're there. But if you're going shopping, you going through the front door is not even getting to your destination.
no.
There's like a mile more of walking.
If you have like, I have a 1995 Pikachu Poke Walker still.
You
from-
still have the yellow little
Yeah,
pedometer?
Yeah,
Oh,
from my childhood. So I always bring it to DEF CON because I get a lot of watts from my Pikachu.
that is cute.
Yeah,
That is really cute.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to do a lot of walking.
I recommend against flip-flops for that, by the way. Some people say, "Oh, but I have really comfortable flip-flops." I recommend against flip-flops.
It's going to rub.
Blisters, but also if you're out in the sun a lot, you're gonna get a weird tan line on your foot
Yeah,
and irritation. It's just not gonna be good. Get a good walking shoe.
yes.
Honestly, invest in a good walking shoe.
Yes.
It's just overall good for your health, your back, your knees, your hips will love you. Get a good pair of walking shoes that you can just walk around in. Heels, dress shoes in general. I know they have some of those casual dress
Yeah.
shoes. They're basically sneakers that dress up. They look a lot nicer, quote unquote nicer, for corporate nicer. Those a lot of times I'll see at Black Hat. Those can be okay. They're more sneaker like rather than rigid leather soled shoes.
Yeah.
But wear something that you do not mind walking for 8 hours, because you are going to walk for more than 8 hours in those shoes probably. So do something you're going to be walking in. And honestly, you can still wear your heels, wear your walking shoes, and then when you get to your destination where you need to, just pop them in your bag and take your heels out, pop them on.
So it's not a supportive shoe idea, right? But if you are wearing heels and you have like a small bag or maybe a pocket, they have these like foldable flats in a little pouch.
Yes.
So you could take those off when your
love
shoes
those.
hurt. Yeah. You could still look cute if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of them even come in the thing that you can basically use it then as a clutch.
Yes. Yes, I've seen those.
I've seen those.
Okay, so another thing, and I think it's really important, and I know some people won't agree with this, but extra cash. And it's not so you can buy merch, which is cool and all. It's because you need to tip your waiters, your bellhops, your attendees, your ride shares. I guess ride shares you pay with the app.
A lot of times, yeah, you can pay in the app.
But yeah, but other than that, like you need, like these people have hard jobs. They're probably not getting tipped most of the time.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who just don't carry cash anymore, and
Yeah.
bellhops are having a really hard time. If you arrive early to Vegas and your hotel's not ready to check you in, you leave it with the bellhop. Give them $5 or give them a few dollars, something, for doing that, and give money to the person who helps you pick up, like every little thing, if you can afford it. Obviously, if you're a student on a budget, I'm not expecting much, right?
No.
But if you're able to do it, do it. But also, I think more so is to make sure you understand that just getting your hotel and just getting your plane ride it's most of the battle, but the rest of the battle financially in Vegas is the markup in food.
Dude, I'd say it's half the battle between your DEF CON
Yeah.
ticket, the food, events.
You're going to want to go shopping.
Yeah.
You're going to want to keepsake, and they're not always cheap.
Is there a Coach store in the mall there?
There's all kinds. There's Michael Kors, there's Versace,
Can
we can go. Absolutely, we should go shopping.
Okay.
There's Tom Ford. There's like so many things. Like there's the Crystal shops or whatever between Aria and Cosmo. So there's that, and then there's, I forget. There's also Bellagio has a really big fashion place. You know, stuff where it's like, oh, that's a nice shirt. It's $1,000.
But here's the thing, okay? So
We're going shopping, but we're not going shopping.
I have 3 jelly tabbies from Coach. They don't care about this. And I want a 4th in the blue color. So if we could go get that, that'd be great. Okay, you don't need to know that. If you want to go on a Coach run, like, we can go.
Yeah, but the thing is make sure you have enough money. And more importantly, have some money set aside to ensure you can get home.
Yeah.
And this is good for traveling anywhere. Ensure, because when you get to the airport, you're also going to need to check your bag again. If you checked a bag, that's maybe $30.
Not on Southwest.
$40, $50, whatever.
Yeah.
By the way, when you go to DEF CON or whatever, you're probably going to pick up swag. You're going to pick up stuff. So if you packed tight when you were coming to Vegas, you're going to be even more heavy when you come back.
Mistake.
So also prepare for that. But anyway, yeah, just be prepared. You're going to have some things. You're still going to want to eat dinner before or when you come home. Make sure you can come home.
Bring in like emergency credit card, even though people are like, don't do that.
Yeah.
But like, you don't understand. You could have like a major flight canceled,
Right.
and then they can't rebook you, so you have to go to a new like airline, and just be prepared.
And I'm not an insurance salesperson, but if you have if you think you might have a situation that you need to essentially cancel all these plans and get your money back, depending on policies for airlines, hotels, and everything else, may not be able to get that all back.
Yeah.
So insurance can help, and sometimes it's just $20.
Yeah.
And if you're spending $1,000 or $2,000 to get out there and stay out there for a whole week,
it's worth it.
It's worth the $20.
I recommend ALLYZ, Allies or something.
Okay.
As a travel insurance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I recommend it. No, that's not sponsored. I don't have a promo code.
I just do the price line thing whenever it comes up, but hey.
Hashtag free.
You've got that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, let's talk about what to bring.
Okay.
Let's talk about the easy stuff first. Yeah. Okay. So we already talked about heat and walking.
Yeah.
You need all those things.
Well, we also didn't talk about stuff like sunscreen.
Oh, yeah.
Lip balm.
Yeah.
Lotion. Oh my gosh. Like literally just some lotion. Because again, it's dry. Your hands are going to get dry. Your face will get dry. All sorts of stuff will get dry.
I know this is in the middle of the list, but this is so important. Deodorant.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we didn't have that on the list. Deodorant.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Deo.
Sorry, we're reading our script over here. Deodorant. Absolutely. Deodorant.
So important. If you have to, go to CVS to get the good kind. Like, the travel kinds can suck. Go ahead.
Or you can get deodorant from a random guy at DEF CON who may have it on a badge he's wearing around his neck.
Yeah, you could.
Although I would not necessarily want to read. A lot of times what they do is they have that in there and you can take it and then he pulls another one out of his and then replaces it. It's like, hey, take a deodorant. Don't leave a deodorant.
Yeah.
Sorry. Take a penny, leave a penny. Anyway. So
Okay.
all the things for heat, walking, keeping yourself cared for, all that stuff. But what else?
If you are one to go to parties or events or just like clubs or villages or whatever, there's usually a theme or a vibe or a type beat, whatever. And you need a fancy outfit.
Yeah.
Or a fancy hat.
Yeah, or a fancy hat. I wear this the entire conference pretty much. Yeah, the theme for, I think, DEF CON this year is like some kind of like the future as envisioned by the 80s, I think it was, is kind of the way it is. Besides Las Vegas is doing a spooky theme. So Halloweenish spookiness, horror, but very light-sided horror, like Vincent Price horror, right? Mm-hmm. So just kind of that kind of fun thing. But fancy outfits, or not.
You can come with, like, nothing. Like, no one's going to judge you, which is really nice because everyone, I'm not saying everyone, but 85% of people are wearing a black shirt and pants.
And some weirdos are wearing hoodies.
Don't call me out like that.
During the day.
Yeah, I know I do.
Oh my gosh, you do? Wow. Okay, that's brave. That is brave as hell.
I do that sometimes. I don't know. It's comfy.
Although
It's like...
Although I say be ready for heat in Vegas, at night it does get really cool.
Yeah, it does.
And so it's not a bad idea to actually carry a hoodie, especially at night.
Last time we were at Vegas, they flooded. Remember?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, seriously, like parking garages were flooding, and like entrances to
The
hotels.
Strip was just a river.
So like more than one pair of shoes because you don't want to wear wet shoes.
Right.
And two, like bring
Trench
something that you don't mind like getting wet. Like maybe have a rain jacket if you really want, or like a hoodie that you don't mind getting wet. Because guess what? It rains in Vegas. It does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
It usually takes out the B-Sides Las Vegas pool party for a little bit.
So speaking of pool parties, you can't just wear your pants.
Not with that attitude.
I'm thinking about getting a swim dress thing. So like it looks like a dress, but it's also a swimsuit.
So almost kind of like an old-timey, like 1920s.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cute. I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. That way
Historical
it just looks cool.
Emporium. Look it up.
I just like that. So
I
yeah,
get mine.
swimsuits. Because there's a pool on the roof.
Yes.
You don't want to miss out on that. It's an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Yes.
On the roof.
Just good, because I'm a big guy. I need a lot of space.
So you better be prepared. Okay. I really am excited for this next part.
Yes.
Okay. Is that the only one? I thought you had multiple.
Oh, I have multiple. This is just the most pertinent one. They are awesome and have this big old bowling bag of a makeup kit. And it's got everything they need in it.
Life hack, use a makeup bag.
Absolutely.
First off, it has so many pockets and compartments.
I might help you.
Yeah, no, hold on. I want to do this. Look at this. You can hang it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can tell you all about what's in it if you want. Now, are we going to go through it, or are we going to do that on, like, TikTok or something?
Oh, no. We're going to go through these.
Okay.
At least from a very high level.
Okay.
So, like, and DNS actually gifted me this wonderful Hack 5 pouch. It's a very thick pouch. But this, if you believe it or not, has a laptop, some cables, a presenter, battery, jump drives. What else does it have in it? Let's open it up. It's got some kind of cool Wi-Fi kitty. I have a notebook here in the front that's very low-tech.
You need some low-tech stuff.
You need low-tech stuff. Don't save your notes to the cloud during DEF CON. I've got a badger. I've got a... here we go. See, I like this. I've got a badger, which is basically an e-ink system. So I can put like a logo on there, my name, a whole bunch of stuff. I've got a dongle for USB-C for my phone. So I can like plug into a... turn my phone into a laptop or share what's on it on the screen. But I love it because I can go to like a hotel room, plug this in, and have like a little display for my phone or whatever. Yeah. So if I want to watch a movie on my phone over 4G or 5G, which, by the way, the internet during Hacker Summer Camp doesn't exist.
You should probably bring that up.
Yeah. I have this little, and you have one too.
I do.
You've got actually quite a few pens in there, like Sharpies and other things.
Well, I have Sharpies. I have a pencil because my favorite Post-it notes work better with pencil.
Yeah.
If you all didn't know, let me put you onto something. My friend Amanda showed this to me. Transparent sticky notes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're real fun.
So what's the interesting thing about transparency other than...
So I can put it on my planner, and the lines on my planner still show up.
Oh,
so I'm like writing on lines, and like it helps layer the notes.
That's cool.
Yeah. So keep going though.
So I've got like a little pen, and this little pen is one of those Fisher Space pens, and it pops out. It becomes like a little bit longer because of the way the cap comes on. It's supposed to be able to write in grease, dry, wet, upside down, all the different things. It works in space. Ooh, space.
Space.
It even looks like it's from space, Anyway, this is really nice, super small, super convenient, a little bit expensive for some people.
Yeah.
I think it was like $20. An HDMI cable, Lightning to USB-C, because I also carry with me my, even though I don't use a MacBook, I do love Apple's Magic keyboard just because of how thin of a profile it is. And it's super light. I also have like a fold-up keyboard over there that I could use if I really wanted to. Yeah, just some different USB cables because there's micro. I have some stuff here that uses micro. I have the Magic Mouse, a presenter, a couple adapters for like USB-C to micro. I've got my battery pack here that also is an outlet. And then, of course, my my GPD Pocket 3, which, again, this thing's like I think it's an i5 or an i7.
i7.
4 cores, hyper-threaded, so it's got 8 virtual cores, 6... It's either 16 or 32 on
It's
this.
16.
Yeah,
the lower model's 8.
That's right. So 16 gigabytes of... 16 gigabytes of memory, and then I think a terabyte of storage.
Yes.
Yeah, so a lot of really good stuff. Go ahead and show your stuff while I get my next bag out.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you like half this stuff because there's so much in here, okay? But as you saw, it
There's something really cool. Get it out.
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
So, there, as you can see, it's really neatly put in there. I can fit it in a medium-sized purse, like a crossbody bag. I don't know how TSA is going to feel about it, so I'll let you know. I'll update you. Okay, this is one of my favorite things. It needs plugged in to turn on, so don't worry about that.
To put it up there?
Okay, yes. So I want you to zoom in on that part right there in the middle.
Oh, zoom in the middle.
Okay, so Jay Hewitt, right? He actually developed this. This is his design, right? But Cod Segfault is the one that put this together. Both of them are amazing in the war driving community. They contribute a lot. If you ever get the chance to talk to them at the RF Village, like I highly recommend it. So this is a mini war driver because like you could war drive at any moment. If you don't know about war driving, go to DNSPrincess.com. I'm plugging myself. I got lock picks. I got NFC cards. I've got Raspberry Pi Zeros, rubber duckies. This is the next cool thing I got. If you've never seen this before, y'all. Oh, that's nice. Those are your lock picks. Welcome to the M5 launcher card pewter, Bruce. It's very cool. It war drives. It does RFID attacks, wireless attacks, Bluetooth attacks, and other shit. It's real fun. I also have a badger just like you. I have some of these inserts. You guys can get them on Amazon. They're just inserts like this. This is my OMG cable, so be careful.
Yeah, that's the actually cool thing that I really decided this year is I had some of these little pouches too, and so much of the time when I bring a book bag or something to Vegas, the tech all just gets in there and it just all gets jumbled around, and it's not fun to actually take your tech. Having little organizers like this that you can just toss into your bag and everything, even if you have to do 3 or 4 of these or a couple of those little things, or even just do what DNS has done here and have compartments for things, it makes it so much easier to work your tech.
GPS.
Nice.
Right. I have some pretty long USB-C to C cables for charging my laptop. Now my brick is not a battery. It's about the same size, but it's a 100 watt outlet, so it charges the laptops. This one's 35 and then USB-A.
Yeah, I think mine's only 65 watt. 100 watts, awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I got it fast. And then I have ye old flipper. Everyone's got a flipper at this point, okay?
Not legal in Canada, although I know that's changed. They went back on that, but
oh, they did.
Yeah, well, kind of, and then it's not quite sure if it's still legal or whatever. It's embarrassing for them.
Yeah, there's a lot of things embarrassing for us. Let's not call them out.
That's true.
Okay, so I got this Pano wireless Wi-Fi adapter because it's very compatible with a lot of Debian distributions. So if you have to do any wireless stuff, that's the one I recommend. Alpha cards are really good. There's a list of those. You can look at Kismet's website if you want to know which ones are good. I have, and this might be controversial because I think people will attack it, and I'm fine. I'm fine with that. My own Wi-Fi hotspot.
Yeah.
So I can have my own network.
Yeah.
No touchy.
Yeah.
The password's an ass, so don't try.
And that's actually a really good point about DEF CON, honestly, because so many of the times, and this isn't DEF CON, this is Hacker Summer Camp, although, okay, so there are 2 times the internet is going to significantly on 5G, 4G, cell phones, and even just Wi-Fi be terrible. You get there Sunday, the internet's okay. It feels okay. Monday, it's pretty good. Sometime during Monday, and especially Tuesday, all of a sudden, bam, it drops because B-Sides Las Vegas comes in, and all of a sudden everybody starts really heavily using the internet. Or even worse, there are some jerks out there that bring pirate femtocells.
Yeah.
And they essentially replay the 5G or 4G signals and trick people's phones to joining them to get to there or other things. And there's a lot of femtocell attacks going on. And I've seen and heard of federal agents, FCC, U.S. Marshals, and people arresting people who were pirating 5G or 4G. And jacking people's stuff.
So 2 things about that. One, if you are concerned that might happen to you, turn off roaming.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because these femtocells act on your roaming because of your location, how close it is. So turn off roaming. And then if you really care, you can actually manually set the ID of your mobile carrier. So you're only contacting that mobile carrier.
Yep.
So if you care, also use Signal.
Yeah, Signal. And that's the thing, encrypt your traffic. In multiple layers, right? So some people think VPN is dumb.
It's so easy.
People are like, it doesn't really give you security. And I'm like, well, it kind of does. And even though it's laughable, NordVPN and those, I think I've used private internet before.
I'm okay with ExpressVPN. I'm cool with Proton VPN.
Yeah, Proton.
If you have the money for it, don't get the antivirus, but the VPN of Aura is pretty good.
Don't use Tor. Tor is not a VPN.
No.
Tor means you're letting everybody else on the dark web browse your traffic. That's what's happening.
You all need retractable cables. I promise you, they're so worth it.
And they're flat, right?
They're flat.
Flat and retractable.
Bluetooth sniffer, right? Little guy. It's Adafruit if you care. This is the OMG programmer for the OMG cable. And as I had NFC tags, I have RFID tags.
Nice.
Like badges. You guys can clone them.
It says OMG right there in the middle.
Yeah, I know.
That's
you need an Ethernet cable. I guarantee it. You go to Pack and Hack Village or something like that, you want to get an Ethernet cable. Flash drives, micro SD cards, like the basic tech stuff. I would recommend you bringing a tech screwdriver and some spudgers.
Spudgers?
Spudgers are the little pry bar thingies that slide in between stuff and you pry it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have this little screwdriver. It's Phillips and flathead, and that's in here. I also have in here a I forget what the traveler hook, I think they call it. This is called a traveler hook, and it's actually a textile tool. I think the thing that goes back and forth. No, that's called a sabot. But anyway, so in looms, I think that was called the Traveler at one point, and this is like a loom hook. But anyway, this is a textile tool. This is going to be really good in lock picking village as well as physical security village. There are so many ways you can use one of these little traveler hooks, especially on doors that come together to just do that and hook the latch and just open up. Right. So these are going to be really important at the physical security village.
This is mine. It has a lot of bits.
Oh yeah.
It's got all the special bits. And
I love the feel and the spinniness of it.
Yeah.
That's just so satisfying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Especially if you do have a GPD pocket and you're trying to change the module and the modules don't work. You're gonna have to screw and unscrew a lot.
So here's another one of my tech packs. So this is where I'm doing a lot of my sundry cables and little things. I also have so obviously I do this channel, right? And so last year I brought the camera we're working on here, the Sony A6400, and other tech is down in the doobly-doo. But I've pretty much convinced now this is a waste of effort to bring with me to conferences. Maybe to some conference if I'm actually going to do a good production. Mm-hmm. But honestly, if I do some kind of Glass of OJ while at DEF CON, or Hacker Summer Camp, I want to, especially if I'm in a hot tub. That was a fun year. That was 2021, I think. Anyway, the Rode Go, right? The Rode Go 2. Not to plug them too much other than they've delivered good quality audio to Glass of OJ before. But yeah, this plugs right into my phone on USB-C, and then I would plug a transmitter on myself and a partner, and we could just talk to each other.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then I've got a tripod over there that I can use. It can just sit on a desk, table, or it can scope out to like sit like here. Perfect, right? To do those types of things with. And again, they're small, they're little. They can fit inside a little bag and not be a big deal. And they charge via USB-C.
Hot plug and play attacks. Like this is a brand new rubber ducky, like a fresh boy.
Fresh duck.
Yeah, fresh duck. I have a couple already in the bag that are prepared, but like two things. One, I might want a fresh duck, and two, if I see someone in a village, like especially a noob, and they're like, "Oh my god, what's that? That's a rubber ducky. That's so cool." Trade for friendship. I learned about this today.
Yeah, so a lot of people have this already in their everyday carry. And this literally is just some gaffer tape. I use gaffer tape because duct tape is a lot harsher. You can use less harsh things. I don't recommend Gorilla Tape. But gaffer tape is really nice. It comes off. And if you just need to stick something real quick, maybe you just need to patch your pants real quick. Or maybe you need to, I don't know, just tape something up real quick. You've got some tape. I actually need to put some more on this, but this is an old credit card that I don't use anymore, and doesn't matter if it gets stolen and someone sees it. It doesn't really matter. Well, guess what? I've got this little bit of gaffer tape here, and yeah, it's there. I need to wrap some more around it, but
I might ask you for some of that.
yeah, it's really good stuff. And again, it's just one of those little things. You can put it in your wallet, or you can stick it in here. Very low profile. And if someone says, "Oh my God, does anybody have tape?" Sometimes someone may be like, "Oh, we need to hang this little sign up. Does anybody have tape?" I do. There you go, little strip.
Speaking of things in pockets, look how thin this is.
I love how thin that is.
Yeah, it's about the size of a phone, but it's super thin.
Here's mine.
And it's got the yours a little more sharp.
Mine's thin, but look at yours.
Yeah, and mine has a built-in cable.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way you can't lose it.
And it's USB-C. Mine's micro.
Yeah, it is. It is that way. I got this off Amazon. Just look for it. It's called an AUSKANG, not sponsored.
Another fun little thing is there's all kinds of USB devices to bring, right? Like USB drives and things. Two of them that are really good is SD cards, micro SD cards, right?
Yeah, we're just saying that.
But here's the USB adapter you will want to bring for a micro SD card to plug it into your computer. The micro SD card actually fits in the tip of the USB, and then you plug it into whatever you're needing to plug it into.
Yeah.
So these are always really good to bring, as well as I have old
Use the proper name for that.
USB condom.
I was hoping you'd say the kid-friendly version.
What's the kid-friendly version?
A right blocker.
Oh. So this is a USB condom. And when you need to practice safe InfoSec, you basically use this to charge, right? So let's say all the outlets are taken up at the airport or some other place that you don't trust, but they have USB-based power charging. I know the FBI has raised alarm about this before, and some of it's FUD, but they are correct. In just random places, and even the airport, you cannot trust the USB. So get one of these. This one's branded, so I'm not showing the brand. But this one, you can get ones that are not branded. And you can just get these. They might go under the name Right Blocker. We lovingly call them, or at least I lovingly call it, a USB condom. And basically, you plug this into your phone via a cable, and then you plug this into the power source. And instead of data being allowed to traverse over the cable, only the pins that actuate power transfer. And so therefore you just get the power. You do not get any data transfer with this.
Yeah. It takes the 5 pins of USB and reduces them to 2.
Exactly. Which actually, do you know if that actually reduces some of the power throughput? Okay, cool. Cool.
But like there are ones that like just like cables, how cables have a maximum threshold throughput. USB condoms can too. You can be a speaker's hero or your own hero with adapters like OJ had. Like bring adapters. Yeah. Not shown, I'm bringing a small portable monitor.
Yeah.
Especially with the GPD Pocket with the 8-inch screen, it's really beneficial to have it. But even if you like have a decently sized laptop, you're gonna want a second screen because like think about home. Yeah.
I was trying to get this little guy out. Oh no, he may be stuck in there forever.
Stuck in there forever.
No.
Oh no.
But DNS, this is like a little charm you made.
Yes, it is.
And it actually has a little micro SD card in it. It's got a little slot, and it's a little heart. I love it.
Got a lot of hacker shit on it.
Yeah. Let me see, what else have I got here? Oh yeah, I've got this little wireless presenter. I'm speaking at B-Sides Las Vegas.
Plug.
Oh yeah, there's a logo there, whatever. But yeah, so it's just a little USB presenter. I love it. It's got a spotlight to it, so I can highlight things on the slide. Especially good if if your screen you're working with is not laser proof or laser pointer friendly.
Do you have a micro plug real quick so I can show this off?
I have an adapter.
Thank you. This is why you come prepared, people.
Yeah. There we go. I have a USB-C to micro adapter.
Thank you.
There you go.
I think I have these too, actually.
Yeah, you do actually have a couple of those.
Oh.
We went to the same place on Amazon.
Mine are orange, though.
Oh, I like that.
Excuse the background noise. Someone out there's really fucking rude.
Yeah. I do not live in a HOA Nazi association. So we do have people who are quite loud with their vehicles. But it is a good neighborhood. I do like it. While they're getting that out, I also have a Hack 5 radio gear that I bought maybe DEF CON 21, 22, somewhere around there. I got from Hack 5. And so it's got like unidirectional radio antenna. I've got my Alpha in there, kind of like their Panda. I've got another Alpha over here. I've got an SDR, software-defined radio. It is only a receiver, not a transceiver. We've got a USB voltmeter. This is a micro to USB female. Yeah, there's a USB female to micro female. I got antennas over here. I've got another. This is probably fast Ethernet, but it's flat, retractable. Love it. Another little power. It's an adapter. It's not a battery. And then just other little cables and things. A land turtle. I have a land turtle.
I have a land turtle and a packet squirrel in there.
A packet squirrel. That's right.
Yeah, I think I have an owl somewhere.
Yeah, and so this is going to be really good, for instance, in RF Village, where you deal with radio frequencies, Wi-Fi, right? Packet Swirl would be really great for Packet Hacking Village at DEF CON. So, yeah, it does work.
Yes, this is the ESP32 Marauder. It's also used for Wi-Fi attacks. This is a clear 3D printed case. There is a way to use a battery, but this one does not have battery. That's why I'm plugging it in. But you can see the types. Oh, nope, they can't.
I'll help you.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of got to get it centered. Oh, there we go.
There you go. You can see the menu. It's a little touch screen, so it comes with a stylus. Real cool.
Yep.
I actually have some other cool gear on the way, but it originally got lost in the mail.
Yeah.
It really upset me, guys.
I've heard about the saga.
Yeah. Little 3D printed case. Usually every year I bring a trinket or something. I'm low on trinkets this year. I haven't 3D printed anything specifically.
If you want, you can also bring, if you have an old smartphone, you can actually you can look up how to do this online, but you can also write a new image like Kali. You can actually put Kali on your phone as a hacking platform. You can use, I think, a PwnPad, or there's a couple other types of hacking platforms specifically for smartphones to be used. So there's some cool things you could do there. So what was the other thing I was thinking about with, wasn't the phone. Oh, make sure if you are bringing any kind of, knife. If you are bringing or want to use any kind of specialized operating system, do not wait to go to DEF CON or just camp in general to set up your computer. Already have it downloaded.
It's the time now.
Yeah, it now is the perfect time.
Like when you're seeing
Actually,
this.
last week was the perfect time.
Yeah, but like second to last week is now.
Exactly.
So like when you're seeing this video, I'm sorry, that made the line go.
It's good.
That's when you should do it. So go ahead. It's time for you to do it.
Absolutely. So, flash your drives, get your computers all set up, because when you go there, your internet is not going to be great. You
No.
might, depending on your threat model, you might not even trust the traffic.
Dependency hell. You know.
Oh my God, dependency hell, right?
Yeah.
Boot it up, use it a little bit. Make sure you run, on Kali, run apt-get update. Or apt update install, right? Make sure you get all your update stuff taken care of.
You know what I recommend?
Mm-hmm.
I recommend you using the Kali Everything package.
Yes.
If you have the space for it, get it because it'll fix a lot of problems for you. It'll get a lot of dependencies out of the way. People's scripts and whatnot depend on them.
Yeah.
Duh.
And think about villages you're going to go to, and think
Yeah.
about, what tools do I want to already do? Because some of them aren't in the Kali repositories.
No. Ubuntu's a really great second choice.
Yeah.
You can get the Ubuntu Universal repo, and the Universal repo has a lot of good shit in it.
Yeah.
So that's my backup is Ubuntu.
So tech, lots of tech, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of showed you, and we're probably going to have more things that we throw in.
Yeah.
Up until, but we're already mostly packed for DEF CON. We've got it figured out. We've probably got some tinkering to do on our computers to make sure everything's set up, but we've got all the tech assembled.
My rig may be having issues.
Even your clothing, start packing now. Start your suitcase packing now. Get stuff that you're not going to wear for the next couple of weeks that are going to be worn in Vegas. Go ahead and pack, because packing is sometimes the thing we all love doing, and we put it off for so long, and then you forget stuff, and then you think you're going to do it at the last second. Because that's what I've done every single DEF CON.
For me, it's unpacking. Packing's fine. Unpacking
Yeah.
sucks. Here's another tip. It kind of goes with the shoes. Compression socks.
Oh.
I know that sounds really old lady, but when you're sitting on the plane, you're not getting good circulation. It's not good for you. So wear compression socks, and they'll help keep you more limber as you walk. You'll have less muscle fatigue.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
do that. Okay, stickers and. Okay.
What else should one bring to Hacker Summer Camp?
Well, actually, I try to do this for every conference. I've fallen behind this year. Usually I do something before this. It's 3 weeks out, so we're a little late. But stickers and trinkets. There is a sticker swap. You can find it on Hacker Tracker. We'll get to Hacker Tracker, okay? But maybe we will. But there's official sticker swap. But there are sticker swaps all throughout Hacker Summer Camp. So you should bring cool stickers to give and receive.
So I've got a whole sticker pack from some past conferences. I've also got little buttons that I'm going to give away.
Oh, it's reversed for them.
Yeah, Hack the Planet. No, it'll be fine. It'll show up. But this is a little button that says Geedra on it. This one says InMap. So someone made these and gave out a bunch of them. I forget. Maybe it was Queen City Con, but maybe it was Cactus Con. Someone gave away a bunch of these, and I just took them, and I'm just at some point, I'm going to give them away to something. I've also got these cute little, you made some, or you flashed some.
Yeah.
Little NFC chips.
Mm-hmm. I printed the case and stuck a thing in there.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of these little suckers in here.
Yeah. I wish there was a 3D printing village.
Sometimes Hardware Hacking Village has one.
Oh.
But yeah, so then there'll be little things to give away. I'll probably put this YouTube channel on a bunch of these, and then just be like, hey, here's a thing, and it's a great way to promote something or to give a document or something away. Your GitHub, right? Your resume or something. Link to your resume in your GitHub.
Your GitHub is better than your resume.
Well, you can have your resume on your GitHub too.
True.
But that's actually not a bad thing because, kind of cooler than a business card in a way. Or you could use one of those NFC cards,
yeah,
like a business card, and have a sticker and put on it. But if you go to network at one of these and you're looking for a job, or maybe you're just interested in networking, that's a great way instead of a business card. I'm chipped, so I can put my V card or something on their contact deets and be like, scan me. And, now people can do that. Or I can program whatever I want on it and just have someone scan me, and now they know how to get a hold of me.
Yep.
So, really good stuff. A mask. Going to be very important this year if you go to Diana Initiative. It's going to be very important. I'm standing for Blue Team Con here. I'm going to be wearing a mask of some kind because if you want to go to Diana Initiative, if you want to go to B-Sides Las Vegas, you will need a mask, preferably something that's N95, KN95 equivalent. Although surgical masks or other types of cloth masks, and even though B-Sides is spooky themed, they aren't want you to wear like a Michael Myers mask or anything like that. They want to see a proper mask, which I think is smart given, everything we've been through and seen, and also seen the data behind and experiences of people who have been in Hacker Summer Camp. Masking, especially if everyone does it, it's going to be a better experience for everyone, ultimately. We talked about cash for tips, right? And things like that already.
Yeah.
Or?
You know what? Ignore that. Bring nothing.
Bring nothing. Well, deodorant. Make sure you bring deodorant.
Yeah, deodorant and water and all that.
Yeah. Bring all that. But tech, you can leave it at home.
You can do it.
You could do it. I went to multiple DEF Cons and B-Sides Las Vegas where I really just didn't have anything. I had my phone. That's all I had. I had a phone. You can network. You can lobby con. You can just go watch talks.
Yeah.
You can pick up challenges. You can go and write down or, figure out a link to go do whatever to next. You don't have to bring anything. Because you know what? This tech, although it's a lot lighter than my laptop I was showing you there from the OJ's first DEF CON, which is heavy as hell, and it's just the laptop. These 3 bags that I just showed you, they're like half the weight, even though it's all kinds of tech packed in there that I wish I would have had back then. It's even then, bring nothing, because you can learn so much just by talking to people, just by going to the talks. A lot of the villages may even have stuff for you to do with no tech. Lockpick Village, they'll have lockpicks. Physical Security Village, they'll have the tools you need for the most part. Social Engineering Village, besides maybe some OSINT you need to do, which you might be able to do on your phone, might be able to borrow someone else's. Well, maybe don't do that, but don't let anybody borrow your shit. But you could do a lot of that with just out the tech.
Yeah.
You don't need tech to go to a party. Don't bring your tech into the pool. Although I have seen fun pictures of DEF CON pool parties where someone's walking. This is like the early aughts and late 90s. Someone walking across the pool with their laptop.
I have a disposable waterproof camera to take pictures.
Yes. I have also seen, and at B-Sides Las Vegas, there's usually or maybe sometimes a vendor who has a sponsor, but it's basically a hermetically sealed bag that's touch capacitive. And you slide your phone into it, and then it has a double ziplock, so you push all the air out, double ziplock, and then it rolls down, and then it's got a Velcro strap to like keep it all tight. So you can go into the pool party and still have your phone.
Yeah.
And not like leave it somewhere where someone might steal it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't need to bring tech.
You know what you don't need to bring? A burner phone.
Yeah. God, that was such a meme and continues to be a meme when people talk about coming to DEF CON. You may have even heard some bad DEF CON advice.
Yeah.
Bring a burner phone. You don't need to bring one.
Here's the thing. If you want to bring like a second phone to mess around with RF or something, like you do you. If you need like a test rig, you don't want to like do something to your phone, whatever, go ahead. But we talked about before how to make sure you're connecting to your legitimate wireless connection. And I promise you, your burner phone is probably a cheaper phone than your real phone. It's probably on Mint Mobile or some cheap ass like network, and it's just not going to work.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, no shade, no tea to those cell phone carriers, but they're not going to work when the traffic gets bad. So
one thing that might be good though is to go through your phone and uninstall apps you don't need anymore. And this is just good InfoSec.
yeah.
Harden your device. Turn off Wi-Fi while you're at the conference. Turn off Bluetooth while you're at the conference. NFC. Just there's a whole bunch of things. I'm sure there's all kinds of guides online to harden your cell phone. That might not be a bad idea anyway. Limit your footprint. Limit what accounts you're logged into because, of what you're seeing. You might get a VPN on there. Don't use Tor. You might get a VPN on there, again, to offer that encryption from your device through the traffic.
Signal.
Everything. Yeah, and Signal, right? Use Signal for comms.
The one thing I do recommend if you notice do not update your OS or receive updates, like
Right.
OS updates or security updates to your phone while you're there.
That could be an adversary in the middle.
They could be. So you can live without an update for a few days, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Turn auto updates off.
Yeah.
Just for this week.
Just for this week.
Don't bring your work stuff. Unless you're here for work. Unless your boss is paying you and they need you to work while obviously. But I would say don't bring your work laptop to DEF CON itself.
Yeah.
And do work there and everything else. This is, especially at DEF CON. The other ones are probably more low-key. At DEF CON, assume everybody on that network is trying to get into your laptop. It is a playful, hostile network where people are playing, doing shenanigans,
It's
trolling.
just fun.
It's fun. It is the old school hacker mindset, right? We are playing around. We are assuming everybody on here, well, they're not officially assuming everyone has consent, but people are playing on there to see what all they can do, test things they can never test anyway, because there's never an environment they're going to legally be in like this to do some of the shenanigans and even sometimes terrible things that they will do.
My crime is that of curiosity.
That's right. The Hacker Manifesto.
Other things not to bring. This one is a call out to me specifically, okay? But also all of you. Expensive bags or things you don't want to lose.
Buy expensive bags.
Yeah.
But don't bring your expensive bag.
I have like I have one that I wouldn't care about losing.
Right.
It was a little expensive, but I wouldn't care about it. But I'm not taking my jelly tabbies. I'm not taking the custom one. I'm not taking a Rogue. Like, not doing it.
I'm not bringing any of my expensive bags either. I'm also, you want to bring something reliable, something is comfortable. By expensive bag, we're meaning hundreds of dollars sometimes. I would advise getting a comfortable backpack that's got some shoulder padding, and stuff to make sure you're good if you're wanting to do a backpack or a messenger bag with a good
I like the crossbody.
comfort, shoulder pads. Get something that's going to, be durable. You want to get good quality, but you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars.
No.
I think that Swiss bag that I have over there, I think it was like maybe $120. It's a bit for a backpack, right? That's a chunk of change.
Yeah.
There certainly was 10 years ago when I got it. I'm still using it. It still works and it's really good. It's well worn. Yeah, don't bring your expensive bag and try to not bring too big of a bag.
Yeah, this year I really scaled down my bag.
Pay attention to weight.
Yeah, your back will hurt, but also like people get really close to you
It gets tight.
and they'll hit it and it's uncomfy. Like, get smaller.
We are actually very far apart from each other
Yeah.
compared to how hotels like to set up. And I'm a big guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
No, come here.
we're big fellas.
Yeah. See, look, we got big shoulders and all that.
and everything. And so, the way they sit those chairs up next to each other, you are going to be like, your shoulder is where your hands go. You're not going to have arm and elbow room over here. You're going to be here on a keyboard, bent over, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you do not want extra weight. You do not want something taking up a lot of space or being tough to do whatever.
Oh, I thought of another thing you shouldn't bring, even though I'm going to bring it and break my own advice.
Oh, no.
Tiles and air tags.
Oh, don't bring a tile.
No.
Oh, 'cause of-
But I'm going to. I'm not going to take my own advice. Here's why.
Yeah.
Here's why.
Give me the threat.
So the threat model, the reason why you don't want to is because there are vulnerabilities that can target them specifically just to be annoying. There are AirTag vulnerabilities, there are tile ones, and it could just make your tile playing music while you're in a talk. It's just annoying.
Maybe bring one tile just to do that.
Yeah. If you've ever seen a talk before, if you're interested, I gave a talk called Come Why Find Me. You can look up why it's not a big deal to track MAC addresses. Like, even though people are war driving all around, you don't really have to worry about it because your MAC address will randomly rotate. So that's why I don't think it's important, but people can mess with it. It's just kind of annoying. It's kind of a nuisance.
Yeah.
But I'm so capable of losing things. I'm bringing a tile.
Yeah. Honestly, a tile in your luggage may not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if especially if you're just prone to your luggage getting lost. May not be a bad idea because you're going to rely on the airline to figure out where your baggage is, and you may not want to rely on the airline to know where your baggage is.
No.
And it's just like, you came from DC and you're going to Vegas, and you're just like, hey, why is it in Chicago? I didn't lay over in Chicago. What the heck's going on? And the number one, I think, big thing not to bring is bad attitudes, toxic gatekeeping bullshit. Like, oh, you got to be this good to be a hacker, or, oh, you're not a real hacker if you can't do this, or I have you're not a real hacker unless you can code. Like, I've heard so many dumb things from people's mouths in Hacker Summer Camp. But honestly, the worst thing you could possibly do at Hacker Summer Camp and bring is a Fed. Unless you want to win the t-shirt contest.
I think the bad attitude and gatekeeping bullshit is worse.
Yeah, it is.
The thing that I hate is when people are like, oh, they're so young, like because of their age, they can't be a hacker.
Right.
First off, I'm considered young still, like not good enough to be a hacker because I wasn't there in the 80s. I was there in the 90s, okay? I'm in my 30s, but like I'm still considered young and discredited because of that, which is really stupid. Even though I've been in the hacker community since I was like 14. Good old BB boards.
Yeah, but I mean, Zero Cool was only like, 11 when he like put a virus into 1,507 systems.
It's true, it's true.
So, I mean, and that was like in the early 90s or the late 80s. So, I mean, again, why are we judging children?
I hate the ones that are like, ew, your shit's in Python, you don't know how to code. It's just like, this thing works and it's good. Shut up.
Yeah, Golang.
Oh my god, Golang.
BF. Just BF everything.
Yeah.
Brain fuck.
Yeah.
So we already talked about our bags as well. All right, so now we've talked about what all we're bringing to the conference, what you should bring to the conference, what not. And I will say a lot of what we have packed and decided to bring is really, really geared to what we're going to do at the conference.
Yes.
This is the DEF CON especially is the Disney World of conferences. You're going to wait in line for everything, and you're going to just do that short little roller coaster. You're going to go, woo, and then you're going to get bored, and then you're going to get up and walk away from something until you find something you like. But it's line con all day long.
There are some villages that you're going to wait half an hour to an hour to get into.
Yeah.
There are some baller-ass ones that are big enough and you can walk right into.
Exactly.
So I really hope the layout still is conducive to the size of villages this year because of the new layout, like the new venue. I hope so. But
I think there's like over 20 villages.
Oh, there's more than 20.
Maybe 30 villages at DEF CON. And those are the official ones. Then I'm sure there's people who have all kinds of like off-site little things they're doing.
Yeah.
But the official DEF CON villages, and these are little mini cons.
Yeah.
You've got Blue Team Village, it's its own con. Red Team Village, it's its own con. They have a talk, they have a talk track, they have workshops, they have chill out, they have contests and CTFs and all kinds of things.
Yeah, but we're skipping over the really important thing. It's okay. So, what is the 3-2-1 rule?
Most important thing about DEF CON. And just going to conferences in general. 3, 2, 1. It means 3 meals a day, 2 showers a day, and 1 hour of sleep every day. Oh, no, I got that back.
You got it. You got it wrong. I've also heard this at other cons. Like
it's 3 hours of sleep a day, 2 meals a day, and 1 shower every day. And honestly, those are minimums. It's for your health. But also, you maybe should take a couple showers a day because you can get sweaty being in a casino or a hotel space for a while. And before you go to that party, shower off.
Yeah. So I think the rule of 3 hours is a little too light.
Oh, yeah.
For me, the minimum hours of sleep I can get is 5.
Yes.
I need at least 5 hours of sleep. So some people say 6-2-1. Some people have other numbers, but like, don't forget to eat. It'll make everything hard.
Bring snacks.
Snacks are good.
Trail mix, especially if you're diabetic. Make sure. I mean, you're already diabetic. You already know. Bring your snack with you.
I'm not diabetic. I just get hungry.
Yeah, and people get. You're not you when you're hungry.
No, and you might have to wait a while to get into a good restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, bring snacks. A CVS run. I always make a CVS run.
A snack that I don't recommend that's so tempting are those cake vending machines. The rainbow cake looks so
Yeah.
good, but it's like really shitty cake, guys.
Yeah.
So that's not a good snack. Yeah, I can't even recommend snack places because I haven't seen this new venue yet.
Yeah, true. I always recommend when you get to Vegas and you go to your hotel, find the nearest pharmacy, whether it's Rite Aid or CVS or Walgreens or whatever. The prices really aren't crazy. You can go in, you can get your M&Ms, you can get your Cheez-Its, Pringles, all the things you want, trail mix.
Batteries.
Batteries,
For badges.
right? Yes, batteries. Just all the things you'd want to get. Beef jerky or something else, vegetables, milk, stuff you might want to keep in your hotel room, cereal.
Balls.
My first DEF CON, and starting to get history, but my first DEF CON, I literally ate most of my meals in my room because I got like some sandwich stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got Pop-Tarts or little cereal things, and I probably saved a few $100 alone in meals just by having breakfast or lunch in my little hotel room.
Yeah.
So it's I recommend doing that and taking snacks with you.
Mm-hmm.
Snacks are super important.
I would recommend putting them in a little baggie.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want those to get crumbly all over your tech.
Mm-hmm. Make sure there's barriers between your tech.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of that, we talked about villages.
Yes.
Right? This next one is a little controversial. Some people will say, don't do that at all at DEF CON. It's not worth it. I've done it. I've liked it. But I don't put a lot of time into it. Talks.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I went to a talk last year. I went to 2 talks because I was so interested in them. Oh, 2 official talks. And then I saw like 5 in the RF Village. But DEF CON talks themselves, like DEF CON proper, are recorded.
Yeah.
So unless you're like going there to like be in camaraderie with the group or like meet other people with that interest or maybe even speak to the speaker, it's not really like worth going to talks sometimes. That being said, I highly respect every DEF CON speaker. I think they deserve rooms full of people. I think they deserve everyone's time. But DEF CON is so short in comparison to how much stuff there is.
Yes.
If DEF CON was like 5 days, which who wants that? But 5 days of like real days, not like how DEF CON's 4, but Thursday's not a thing. Mm-hmm. 5 real days of DEF CON, yeah, go to talks and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like all the villages, contests, parties, everything. Read ahead. This is again Disney World. You do not just show up at Disney World.
Some people do.
But some people do. But you just don't show up to Disney World. You really want to read up on it.
Yeah.
Look at the map. See everything that's going on. Plan your adventure because you might miss something you want. Talks is one of those things. I have seen Sam Bound give some great talks at DEF CON. The zero window attack. There was some DNS shenanigans he talked about one year. There's just so many interesting things that he's talked about. I've seen some other like Windows SCOM, just some other things. People release 0 days at DEF CON sometimes. Those are fun to be in. There's usually also like in the first 10 minutes of a talk, there's usually some pretty big exodus. So you might stick in line and you might be able to still go watch the talk.
Do not stand in doorways.
Yeah, don't stand in, or the goons will kick you out.
True, but just like don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't stand in doorways. But go to a talk and ask a question at the talk too. The speakers do want to hear a question. Do you have a question?
I have a statement.
Boo! You don't get to do that. We ask questions at talks.
My statement is: do not go to the speaker to have your own opinion heard.
Yes.
Like your own piece.
Yes.
This is about their question. Correct. So like, for example, let's say someone was giving a talk about a tool they made.
Yep.
Right? You wouldn't go up there and be like, I hear that it's written in Go, but maybe you should have written it in something else. Or I don't like the way that you commented this. No one cares. No. Or like a better implementation.
Oh, have you seen my tool that does the exact same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a jerk.
Don't do that. Go, like, a more thoughtful way to do it is, have you considered doing this? Or like asking them a genuine question. Not to like snub them, not to like insert your own opinion, but like truly learn about what their thought process was. Did you see any
drawbacks in these types of things?
Yeah.
Is there any drawbacks you may be considered with this? No, this is just the language I know the best, and I was able to write in it. That's probably going to be your answer. But
yeah.
Think about it like, you're trying to discover their process maybe, but and you, when you ask a question, you are trying to learn something, and you're also trying, the audience by extension is trying to learn something. If you're trying to give a question in a way that is just trying to show off your intelligence and just promote yourself, go somewhere else. No one needs that.
Go to the the lightning talks of other places that let you just talk about whatever you want.
Go give a talk. You can do that at a lightning talk.
Yeah, you can go give lightning talks a bunch of places.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is that people do is workshops. Workshops are kind of like villages. The thing is, the official DEF CON workshops go out on the forums, and they usually fill up within 4 minutes.
Yep.
And they sometimes have swaps. So you can, like, people who sign up for a workshop who no longer can will offer up their spot, and you can swap spots. But official DEF CON workshops are really full and hard to get into, but villages have workshops too.
Yep, absolutely. There's parties. You can go to parties.
Official parties, unofficial parties, suite parties.
I would say if it's your first time, especially at DEF CON, go to official parties.
Yeah.
I would say try, unless you know the people at the non-official parties you're going to, stick to the official parties.
Yeah.
Or if it's a vendor party, if you meet a vendor and they're having like a party like at Nobu or just someplace else, those are fine to go to. I have heard, and again, this is safety. I have heard of terrible things have happened where someone's like, oh, we're having a party so-and-so at this place. They don't have a code of conduct. They don't have an ethics policy. They don't have event insurance. They don't have any of this kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Like, it's just your own safety. I don't even try to go to, unless I know them, I'm not going to go to their party.
I have gone to some parties that maybe I shouldn't have before, but you know what I did? I had a friend. Don't go to parties alone.
Yes, don't go to parties alone.
Make sure you have a buddy and, like, check in on them. Like, OJ, have you had water? Pretend to be fucked up. OJ, it's time to go to bed. Time to go.
Bed.
Don't fall asleep next to the pool.
Cool. I'm not going to fall asleep next to the pool. I'm going to fall asleep in the pool. Don't do that either.
So there's a lot of random shenanigans, and I highly recommend you participate. Here's a pro tip. If goons are offering raffle tickets for you to do stupid shit, don't do stupid shit. Just steal the raffle ticket.
Just steal the raffle ticket.
Be like, hey, I will definitely do that for you, but I don't think you're going to give me a ticket, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, you have a ticket? Can I see the ticket? Bye. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what you do.
So DEF CON goons, if you don't know, especially the ones in the red shirts, it's classic at a lot of your security conferences out there. The red shirt is usually a security. It's a Star Trek joke. But DEF CON goons, if you see someone in a red shirt, this is a goon shirt from 2021, or DEF CON 21 rather, where I was a goon. If you see someone in a red shirt, you will do everything they say. They're only going to ask you to do things that they're going to say, move aside, move up against the wall, get out of our way. You need to go away from here right now. You are going to listen to them.
Saying hi to random people.
Yes. Say hi to random people. Even if you don't know anything. When I went to my first DEF CON, I literally, my CTF is how I met people. I just sat down at a CTF and said, like, you have a team? No, I don't have a team. Okay, I want to do a team. Cool. Let's just go have fun. We didn't want to win. We ended up winning. We didn't think we were going to win the conference or the CTF or anything, but we won that CTF at the conference and got on stage. My first freaking DEF CON. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm on stage, Dark Tangent, everybody else, and we're all getting, glory and all that is fun. There's pictures and I should show them. But anyway, a lot of fun things, but meeting randos is so important. Sorry, one more story. I had read a blog from someone who did a contest, and he had done something with an image. There was some forensics. There was some steganography involved, and there was other cool things. Bit flipping was happening, and I was reading it, and I was at the Packet Hacking Village, and there's this guy sitting next to me, and I go, "Oh my gosh, I saw this great blog that was written by this person," and going through all the different things that it was saying, and he was just like, who's the name of the guy who wrote that blog? And I'm like, some Schwartzberg guy. Hi, my name's Dave Schwartzberg. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, looking up, like, holy hell, you are Dave Schwartzberg. What are the odds that would happen? 20,000 or 15 to 20,000 people at this conference, and I sit down next to you and quote your own blog to you. It was an amazing thing. And meeting randos, that's how I met one of the great people in my in kind of my hacker upbringing.
For me, I get socially nervous when I am introducing myself to people. My first Circle City Con too, I did not talk to any stranger except one. I was so scared, but I learned something through that. One, village people, the village volunteers are the friendly ones to new people, because they're like, oh my gosh, you're interested in the thing that I'm like literally spending my time on and putting my energy toward, like, let's do it. So like, don't be overbearing, but the village people are great people to start talking to. You can talk to speakers when you're done, like you say like, hey, I really enjoyed your talk. Like, can I follow you or whatever? And volunteers as well.
Yep. I mean, unless they're busy, right? So there's volunteers who are rushing equipment back and forth. There are posted goons who just stand at a doorway and check badges, striking up in the middle of LineCon, quick conversation, saying, hi, it's my first, can you give me advice on this? Great way to engage with a volunteer. Also ask volunteers, hey, do you need soda, water, or a snack or something like that? Can I go get you something? Because a lot of times they're going to be standing there for a long time. And I've done that. That's actually how I socially engineered my way into the DEF CON security goons this year. Was I went up to someone and I was just like, you want anything? And she's like, yeah, champagne. So I went off and got her some champagne. And she's just like, yes. And she got me in. She got me a red shirt, and I started posting myself at a door. It was fun.
My first DEF CON, I helped people carry boxes to a storage location. Great, and they just thought I was a volunteer.
Yeah.
You could be a impromptu volunteer.
Yeah.
Socially engineer your way to being a nice person.
I know. I'll get them. I'll be the nicest person they've ever seen.
I'll get them. I'll be super helpful.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we have a next topic, and I think this could be a whole video on its own. So let's not take too much time, and let's not screen share either.
No.
Okay. So we were talking about how it's like Disney World, right? And you should probably make a plan. We made a plan.
Yeah.
Even though I've done this before and some people haven't liked it, I think that's dumb. I think this is really smart.
I think it is too.
So we have created a Excel sheet or Google sheet or whatever, not branded sheet.
We're not linking it. It's just ours.
It's not yours.
Yeah, it's ours, not yours.
We have different tabs for each day, and we've lined up the schedule, and we're deciding what we want to do and where we're going to be. And there's two reasons I really like this. One, we can maximize the time we want to spend together.
Absolutely.
And we can have clear boundaries when we don't want to spend time together. But also, if
I have other friends. You have other friends.
Do I?
We're going to make other friends.
But it's also really helpful to know, like, oh, I haven't heard from OJ for like 4 hours. Where is he?
Right.
Oh, he's in a talk. That's why he might not have service there. Like, it's keeping tabs on your buddy. So, I like it.
It's also a great way of, again, because it's Disney World, you cannot do everything at DEF CON. You cannot do everything at Hacker Summer Camp. Even at the Diana Initiative, it's very basic. It's 2 talk tracks, a couple workshop tracks, but I'm in a workshop for the half the time, so I can't attend the other talks or villages.
Or the CTF.
Or the CTF. And there's only one village I'm going to be able to do there, and go to a couple talks, and then I'm doing my workshops. I can't do it all there, and that's packed for that just one day.
Yeah.
So it's really important to really figure out, what do I really want to do? I mean, we even had a book we were eating out at one time, and I was writing in a book. We were just, hey, what village sounds good to you? And we just wrote them all down. There's like 20 of them we want. And then we're like, all right, but let's really figure out, how much do we want to go to that?
Yeah.
And really figure out, what do you really want to do? And then once you write out the time, like 9 a.m. to midnight or whatever your time's going to be, in half-hour increments, you're going to realize, oh, wow, if I spend 90 minutes there and 90 minutes there, I only get through 4 villages.
Yeah.
well, I want to do more, and so you're going to have to budget and figure out where you want to go and what you want to spend your time doing.
There is a hard part to that. I'm struggling with this right now, and you are too, to an extent. The villages don't post their schedules until like right before DEF CON. So like I have friends in the RF village that don't even know when their talk is. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So yeah, that can be kind of rough. But schedule it out anyway. A really good example. Can I click on Monday real quick? Uh-huh. I thought I was clicking on it. Okay. So like, for example, the Diana Initiative. Shout out to the Diana Initiative. Shout out to them expanding into their mission for gender nonconforming and non-binary people. Thank you for being inclusive. And Diana Initiative is for everyone. I just want to say that right now. Diana Initiative is for everyone.
Yeah, I've known about TDI for a while. I've not gone. I used to be a person who was like, oh, this is a woman in InfoSec, or this is a non-cis male in InfoSec thing. I shouldn't go. That's for them. And I would be taking up a space that another person who that's geared towards.
This is true.
But that's not this type of event.
No.
There are events like that, but this is not this. This is a woman, not woman, but an event put on by people who aren't in the cis male default. And it's highlighting, celebrating, and kind of making sure people are supported. Mm-hmm. And you can be part of that support.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. When I say that it's for everybody, you just have to believe in that mission. If you believe in Diana's mission, then it's for you.
No, don't be an ally. Be an accomplice.
An accomplice. Like I said, people should just start committing crime. But for TDI, it's if like OJ, for example, you present male.
Yeah,
right?
For the most part, yeah.
You present male, but you are a key factor into making other people feel supported because OJ, helps educate other people and needs to know how to talk to someone who's not of the cis male perspective, or that person speaks quietly. It's not because they're meek. I need to tell them, give them confidence, understanding people. So
and also not be the white knight that jumps in and has
don't do that.
Be a savior for this person.
No, don't do that either.
Give them space to be themselves and be empowered to do what they need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, we had TDI, and what OJ and I have done, we start out the same thing, the con starts, reg, okay?
Right.
But then we've actually lined up what we want based on that interest level. So OJ and I are both interested in the adversary village. So we can go at the same time, but I'm interested in the disinformation campaign talk, and you're interested in the workshop.
Right.
But let's say, I almost said, let's say I shit my pants. But let's say something happens and I oh no, I feel sick. OJ, where's OJ? But I know because I have a schedule.
And we can have an offline copy of this for each other. Because this is not really, once we get to DEF CON, this really isn't going to change.
No.
We'll sync calendars daily if we need to, but if things change, we're signaling each other and saying, hey, by the way, I'm actually over here this time.
Another important reason to make a schedule is if you're trying to eat somewhere really cool, you're going to need a resi.
Yes.
So we're eating at Din Tai Fung and Hell's Kitchen, two of my favorite restaurants. I've never been to Hell's Kitchen before, and I'm super excited because I love Gordon Ramsay.
Yep. There's all kinds of amazing cuisine in Vegas, and some of it is super expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking $200 a plate kind of stuff. There is amazing food there that's $14 a plate.
I like Egg Slut. That's the name. I'm not joking. The name is Egg Slut. Absolutely. It's really good.
They have an In-N-Out though. They have
they have the In-N-Out.
Smash Burger. They have all the things you would expect, at home. They have McDonald's. They have all those things too. If you fancy a trip off strip, you can also go to local places.
Oh, the local places are the best. Hole in the walls,
and they're best. They're the best thing to go to.
Next to Resorts World, I can't remember the name of the place, but if you leave Resorts World and walk toward the main road that's next to it, not the strip, there's this taqueria.
Del Taco?
No, it's old school. The 6 lines. They have 6 different lines, and each one has that specific item. So
gotcha.
Pork taco, beef taco, tostada, and it's so good. It's so good. I like it a lot. Anyway, So yeah, summarize your trip. Get your plan set. It sucks that you might have to wait for a schedule, but if you are, just make a rough draft. Like, I know I'll be in the Tuscany because I'll be at B-Sides Las Vegas.
Come in the night before the event you want to go to, too, by the way. It's my personal recommendation. That way you don't lose any time.
Yeah, you don't want to lose time.
And you can prepare. Like I have it like 2:30 on Sunday is a farmer run.
Yeah.
I'm going for snacks. I'm going for all the things.
I just need to copy and paste what you have since
Pretty
we're
much.
leaving at the same time.
Exactly. But like... And also, DEF CON begins Friday, but it really begins Thursday. That's when LineCon, your badges,
Other way around.
registration...
It begins Thursday, but really it begins Friday.
No. So everyone thinks the first day of DEF CON is Friday, but it's actually Thursday.
Yeah, but nothing happens. The villages are not open. The talks are not going on.
There's usually an intro talk. There's usually intro presentations.
There's the 101 talk. Mm-hmm. There's the 101 talk and badge life.
It's a great talk to go to if it's your first DEF CON. There's a bit of history. There's usually some shenanigans that happen, and you may get
challenge coins.
You may get lovingly picked on. There's challenge coins, but there's usually fun things to learn about DEF CON and how this conference works. It's a great way to meet new people.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. But there's like little things to do that aren't necessarily the official con things there. There's people to meet. There'll be people in lobby to do things with.
LineCon.
There'll be probably some sticker exchanges and tchotchke exchanges going on. So
tchotchkes.
Yeah, tchotchkes.
Okay, so let's move on to how to navigate DEF CON, because it's like Disney World and you have so much to do. I think, we'll talk about holding court.
Yeah.
But you can download the Hacker Tracker. Many villages are in the Hacker Tracker. All of DEF CON is in the Hacker Tracker.
It's an app, by the way. It's an app on your phone. Hacker Tracker. It's run by a great team. Mm-hmm. It's all basically JSON data put into GitHub, and then they just the Hacker Tracker app just literally goes to GitHub and grabs all that data, pops it in. Mm-hmm. It's usually maintained pretty well during the con even, so if there's time changes, a lot of times they will reflect, although maybe not all the time. Great way to just have it on your phone. Even in offline, it can pull that stuff and keep it offline for you. So it's a really great way to keep up to date with what's going on at the conference.
Yeah. The other thing I would do is ask people who have been to DEF CON before. Find a DEF CON veteran.
Yes.
Even though this year the venue will be a new place, so it'll be kind of new to everybody, they can tell you, like, oh, that restaurant sucks. Don't go there.
Yeah.
That one has a 2-hour wait. Don't go there. If you want to get into this party, here's my invite. Like, ask experienced attendees what they're doing.
Yep, absolutely. And, one thing that'll happen while you're walking to and from in DEF CON, if you are known by other people at other places and communities and conferences, but this is your first DEF CON, you might find yourself holding court, or what I call Mr. Minion. So I borrow this from Mr. Minion. But Mr. Minion and I call it holding court, where essentially you might be going to and from, or maybe you're just standing in the middle of the lobby or the hangout space, and all of a sudden someone walks by and you go, I know you. Hi. And then blah, blah, blah. And then one of two other things is going to happen. Either another person you know is going to walk by and you go, oh, hi. Oh, do you know so-and-so? And now you've shook hands. But now there's three of you. So now one of three things is going to happen. Either you find another person who's walking by that you know, or one of them sees another person walking by that one of them knows, and now you start. And this starts getting very exponential very quickly.
Yeah.
Because I went from just Mr. Minion and me to all of a sudden we had like 25 people gathered around us, and we were just like talking and kind of network. That was literally networking. Well, hub and spoke, mesh, all of it was going on.
Mesh,
all the topologies were going on.
One thing you can do is just post where you are. I don't like Twitter anymore, but Mastodon,
Discord. DEF CON has a Discord.
Discord. Be like, hey guys, I'm hanging out at the fountain if anyone wants to hang out with me.
Who wants to go out to lunch?
Yeah. Or, hey guys, I'm at this food court. What's up?
Yeah. Very cool. So, I mean...
any last words? Any last piece of advice?
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the definitive how to navigate DEF CON and do it, but I hope we've thrown a lot out here, and this is going to be sectioned off so you can get to the thing you really want to hear about.
Don't take it too seriously.
Don't take it too seriously. Just really go there and have fun.
Yeah.
Find something to do and have fun. But set your expectations. You're not going to be able to do it all. And that's not the purpose of going. It's not the purpose to do everything. Even back in DEF CON 20, when it was easier to do everything, I really didn't do everything. But I did a lot more. But now I feel like I go a lot deeper in the places that I go to at DEF CON than I did in the past. So that's actually one good thing. So.
My advice is kind of important, I think. DEF CON and Hacker Summer Camp in general, so TDI and all that jazz and B-Sides of Vegas, should be a reprieve from being burnt out.
Oh,
it should be a reprieve. It should make like, oh my God, hacking is fun. I miss this. If DEF CON, B-Sides, whatever is burning you out, then you're doing it wrong. You need to take it less seriously, find a new way to do it. Maybe don't volunteer. Maybe be an attendee. Like... It should be fun, and if you're not having fun, there's no point in going.
And I will say, maybe it's counter to this, or maybe it's supplementary. DEF CON isn't for everyone.
No.
DEF CON's not for everyone. And if people don't listen to people who are like, oh, you don't go to DEF CON? Oh, and somehow look down on you for it. No. You may not afford to go to DEF CON.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, the ticket's like $440 or $60. It's not cheap.
I recommend having 1.5 to 2 grand to go to DEF CON.
Yeah. Easily. And so, again, and it's not for everyone. Conferences aren't for everyone.
No.
But if you're the conference-going person and DEF CON, something's wrong if you feel you are getting burnt out by going to it.
Yeah.
You may be expecting too much of yourself, and you may be expecting too much of the thing. Just go and try. And that's why I say, don't even necessarily bring tech.
Yeah.
Just go to enjoy other people, yourself, relax, treat it as a spa of hacker spa, and just relax.
Yeah. Oh, you can also in Vegas get, speaking of spa, petties and manis to your hotel room. Like they come to you and you get a mani pedi. Do that.
Yeah.
But that's so off topic. But yeah, that's what I think about DEF CON.
Get your hair did while in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Treat yourself a little bit. Have a little fun.
If you are hungry and you're on the budget and you're like, I don't know where I'm going to eat tonight, go to a vendor party.
Yes. One that has food, because some of them may not, but a lot of them will have like little finger foods and other things, wings.
Last year we had tacos.
Hey, there
and a caricature artist.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we're good. Are we good?
Yeah, I think we are. And you can find us at DEF CON. We are on Mastodon, DNSPrincess, Odd Job with 0s and 2 Ds and 2 Bs, just 1 J. So you can find us on Mastodon. You'll find me in the DEF CON Discord. And yeah, you can chat us up, and if you want to meet us or you want to just chill out or hang out at some place, we'll tell you where we're going to be if we're interested, and you might be able to hang out and see us and say hi. Not a problem. We love seeing new people and meeting new people, and that's kind of part of it. So come hang out with us. Come learn things with us, because we don't know everything ourselves, and we're learning ourselves. So that's why we go. But yeah, hope your DEF CON's going to be well, and hope we have helped you make more sense of how to prepare for it, and you'll be ready to have a fun time.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Bye-bye.